What's up, you Weeb Trash? We're Weeb Trash as well. I'm Cody.
I'm Dean.
And Seve is in the process of being summoned back from the dead. You have to collect calls of dead people, so it takes a while. But yeah, so we didn't do an episode last week. Seve and I didn't watch any anime, so
I was the only one that watched 4 hours of anime on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, so we were a little behind. But yeah, so we've watched some stuff. Some stuff's finished. Stuff is starting but hasn't dubbed, but that doesn't necessarily matter for one of the shows, at least for Dean. So yeah, do you want to just kind of off the bat give your initial thoughts on Chainsaw Man, since Seve didn't watch it either?
Oh yeah, you watched it, right?
No, I'm gonna wait for the dub.
No. Oh, you're gonna wait for the dub?
I know what happens, because it's
Right.
the same shit that, like, at least from the screenshots I've seen, it seems to hold true to the manga.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
the it does the thing that shows where I kind of hate how they do it, where it's like present day for like 5 minutes and then they go in the past and they're like, oh, this is how it's like freeze frame. Bet you wonder how I got here.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hate that shit, but it's fine. The show is really good. Puchita.
I have no idea.
He says the name way too fast. Anyway, that dog, I swear to God, is like the cutest fucking thing this year.
I mean, that's why a bunch of plushies existed for him, because
I'm gonna get a plushie and it's gonna sit like right over there.
it's
I'm gonna find one.
They should be out there. I mean, especially the anime. That design's gonna pop off. Yeah, I don't actually know how to pronounce his name, because the manga doesn't tell you.
I think it's Puchita.
I mean, that looks right. I mean, from what I
Yeah.
can remember, spelling wise,
But anyway, Chainsaw Man. Manga's really good. I didn't finish the manga because I was really liking it and I knew that there was a show coming out. So I think I read a couple volumes. And I was like, oh, the show's gonna come out. I got plenty of other stuff to occupy my time until that show came out. It came out and I didn't watch it. and then I was like, I opened Crunchyroll this morning. I was like, oh shit, it came out. I was like, I need to watch it. It was the first thing I watched this morning. It's really good, very bloody. Reminds me a lot of gore-wise Hellsing Ultimate.
Yeah, that makes
sense. Very shiny blood.
Yeah. It will. Yeah, it depends on if they stick to like beat for beat to the manga, but there are a lot of things I think will look a lot better in animation than they do on the page, because there are several panels I can think of off the top of my head where I have no fucking idea what happens. It's just so like there's a lot of abstract bullshit that happens, and it just is like, what is happening here? But like in color, in animation, you probably get a better gist of what it is. But yeah, I hope it. I mean, I genuinely do hope it is good, because the manga is good, as much as like I say like whatever. But
it's good. I mean, the first episode was he was just walking around doing jobs for the mafia or Yakuza, and then it showed how he started as a kid, and then dude just drove up to his dad's grave and was like, yeah, your dad killed himself before he started paying us money, so go whore yourself out or do whatever you gotta do. or we'll cut you to bits and sell you. I was like, damn. And then
shit's real.
Then it went back to him and Puchita eating bread in the shed.
Yeah, they have a rough go of it for a while.
Poor as fuck.
Yeah, they big poor.
Yeah, very big poor. I did really like him just using Cheetah as he's a chainsaw dog, but he's just using him for cutting out a tree.
If I remember correctly, I think I do. For like a long time you don't see Puchita, because it's like he becomes the chainsaw devil,
Yeah.
Like I think you see him in his head at one point, and then like
Yeah,
towards
it's
the
like
end you see him.
he like
but,
can talk to him,
yeah,
communicate with him. He becomes his heart.
yeah. He's got the little pull string thingy.
He's got his own pull string now.
But yeah,
no,
I
it's
think
good.
I'll wait for
It's
the
good.
dub. But
It was kill the zombie guy, and then the chick with pink hair showed up and was
Yeah.
like, "I can either kill you or you can come with me and you'll be able to actually eat food." And he's like, "Oh hell yeah, food,
Yes.
not just pieces of bread.
real food.
That's a much better deal." And then that's when the show ended.
Yeah, that's so I think it'll still be pretty good. I'm glad it's not airing at the same time that Jujutsu Kaisen is.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I could do both of those shows at the same time, but
I mean, it might be running because isn't Jujutsu like January?
I think so, but I don't know if they're gonna do this as like one big stretch or if they're gonna break it up. Kind of like they did Spy Family, where they take like a break or whatever.
Right.
But
Of course.
yeah, I just because knowing what I know about the next little arcs in Jujutsu Kaisen and knowing where this goes, it's just not. There's a lot of similarities in like tone and vibe and stuff that I'm like, yeah, this is one of these is fine. I don't need two of them, so we'll see. But yeah, I mean, I'm for sure gonna watch it when the dub comes. I just did not want to watch another fucking sub because I already have two. I kind of wish one of them was dubbed, but it's not. Unfortunate.
I was gonna say it earlier, but like reading action manga is hard.
Yeah.
Because it's like you said, you're like, I don't know what's going on in this picture.
Yeah, I like it is particularly bad in Chainsaw Man. Like they're they're like Jujutsu Kaisen has a couple where I'm like, I don't understand the motion here, but I can tell someone's doing something. There are panels in Chainsaw Man where I just visually cannot understand. Is this a person? Is this a movement? Is this a thing? Is it the fucking wall? I don't understand. But I mean, you're limited by ink and page. But yeah, it just. I think this one particularly is probably going to do better in animation, but even Jujutsu Kaisen had a little bit of that to an extent. And they're kind of similar art styles, to be honest, which is weird, but it's yeah, I mean, I think it'll be good, and I'll start it whenever they inevitably come out with the dub, hopefully next week, but we'll see. Not gonna hold my breath. It'll come out, I just don't know when.
It'll come.
But yeah, there's other things that'll come out alongside it. Just I don't know. Like I remember we had said like, oh, there's going to be some pretty hot shit coming out. I mean, Spy Family comes back. Chainsaw Man.
Back.
Yeah, it is back.
Yeah, we didn't even know.
Yeah, I assumed there would be a week delay or whatever, but nope, apparently not. My Hero is back. There was something else that I had seen. I was like, oh shit, that's back. And I don't remember what it was. But Mob Psycho is back. And yeah, I mean, there's gonna be some cool shit, and there will be some cool shit, but it it's just the start of the season. It's the first week, so it's gonna take a minute. But yeah, we got some shit
on things that just one of us watched. I did watch I watched the first episode for My Hero season 6.
Is it still My Heroing?
It's My Heroing. Looks like a bunch of shit's gonna happen. So,
is Deku still crying?
No, there was a whole lot of not Deku in this episode.
Sick.
It was basically, the war is starting. Because it's the paranormal investigation front or whatever the fuck it's called. That Shigaraki and Redustro, I don't remember his fucking name. Anyway, it was the anti-establishment movement joined with the
Hmm.
villains and stuff, and Shigaraki's in charge now.
Big boss guy.
And so now they're like, we're gonna start attacking heroes and destroy society, and then the heroes are like, we're gonna get the first move.
The war. It's happening.
The war. Yeah, so it's shit's gonna start popping off. I'm assuming people are probably gonna die.
Has anyone died in the show so far?
I die.
Fuck, I keep forgetting
We
that
talked about this.
Yeah, we did.
Last episode.
Because I always go back to Genus, and then I forget. It's like, oh yeah, Night actually did die. Like,
Yeah, he got that whole rock shoved through his organs, and Miro lost his powers, which means he's basically dead.
yeah, he might as well be dead. He's useless
All Might
now.
All Might is dying. He's probably not gonna make it much longer. I'm sure eventually.
Yeah, he'll eventually kick the bucket at some point.
Bunch of civilians die.
They don't care. They don't matter.
Yeah.
No one cares.
I saw a spoiler clickbait title, which I guess in the newest episode of the sub, a major character dies,
Sick.
but it didn't say who. I didn't click on it. I swiped away because I don't want to know.
Fair point. Fair.
I'll find out.
It'll eventually
probably-
get there.
Maybe it'll be fucking Toilet Boy.
You know, I think we can hope, but we all know it's not gonna happen.
Nah,
It's gonna be
he'll
someone
probably
actually important.
be someone likes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Toilet Boy will make it to the end.
Yeah, he'll survive just because they need.
He'll become the number 3 hero.
Yes, that's what we need is
Have
Toilet
his
Boy.
own agency.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Would it though?
No,
I sense
it'd be
a
terrible.
lot of HR problems with that.
Yeah, there absolutely would be. Yeah, no, that's that's not a good situation. I probably still will not catch up on my hero, but maybe I will.
It's you could just play
No.
Hearts of Iron.
Not too much work.
have it in the background.
Too much. I mean, because important shit I assume happens in this last season to get us to
mean,
where we are now. So
some of it.
I have to pay a little. I mean, I could still play Hearts of Iron and watch it, but I can't do both and work at the same time. I have to do one or the other. So that's a problem. But I don't.
Those late nights at the college, just put it on.
I don't know. We'll see. I doubt it, but we'll see. I already have the time, I guess, but maybe I will. I don't know. I did,
Yes, man.
however, something like I did finish because it's getting its 3rd season. Is Mob Psycho? I finished the 2nd season.
I've
And
never watched Mob Psycho.
fucking slaps. It's great. I love it. It's a lot of fun. It's big broccoli. That's all you need to know.
I already have a broccoli. That's Broly.
Now you need a big one, like real big.
Broly's pretty big.
Bigger than like it's a bunch of Brolys, but like strapped together in the shape of a big broccoli. Yeah, no, it's really good. I think that Seve had talked about this last time because he watched it and was comparing it to One Punch Man because it's the same creator. And I see what he was saying because like he's was said that One Punch Man, like the 2nd season's just not as good and he kind of just fell off. Whereas like Mob Psycho, both like 1st and 2nd season are really consistent in how good they are. But like the 2nd season ends in a way that I'm very confused as to why there is a 3rd season. Like all the big problems kind of got resolved, so I don't know if it's gonna be like Mob just trying to do mob shit or if it goes back to just adventure of the week thing or what. But yeah, that was really good. I finished that, and well, you know, I have to wait for the 3rd season to get dubbed, but it's gonna get dubbed, so yeah, I guess I might, I don't know, maybe I will watch My Hero because I just realized I have like 3 things I'm gonna watch, maybe 4, I guess. So maybe I will have shit to watch. I don't know.
There's 3 shows that just ended, so there's 3 more shows. Yeah.
Yeah, well, because I was thinking Ruby's getting its dub.
Yeah.
Gundam. Fudo PI doesn't seem to be wrapping up, but maybe a couple episodes. I'm not sure. I'm an episode behind, so I don't 100% know. Then Mob Psycho, and then Chainsaw Man. So they'll have a few. But yeah, a bit of what I was watching had ended. But yeah, finished Mob Psycho, completed that. Also finished Overlord.
Yes.
Overlord's fucking sick. Last week, Brain got. He got brained. Got fucking frozen.
He got frozen. Does that mean he's dead?
100% that dude's dead.
Okay. Because then they blew up the Capitol. So
yeah, I mean, like, I get the vibe that he froze him so that he can be resurrected later.
It's
but
so he killed him.
Yeah.
Or, well, he was dying. And then he froze him. And then Cocytus took his fucking, what are they? Fucking ice witches, whatever the fuck they are.
Yeah.
And they went around everything and then walked past him instead of just walking straight past him. Because, everywhere they were walking, it was freezing.
Yeah,
and they went all the way around Brain. So the only thing that wasn't frozen was where he was dead or left. So I don't know if that was like a respect thing, because Cocytus is really big on that.
Yeah.
Honestly, Cocytus is probably like the best moral character in the entire
100%.
show.
Yeah, like at least he's got some reference for some of these people being like, you're kind of all right, I guess. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah,
but
it is like
getting brought back.
It's only if you're like a warrior or something, and he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, everyone else get fucked, but
yeah,
you're a warrior, you're in the club.
Like the lizard people. He's like, I really like these lizard people. They know how to fight and they know how to fuck.
I like one of those things. A weird ice bug thing. I like to fight.
I was hoping Seve would jump in here, but
yeah.
So season finale of Overlord.
We got the whole big plan kind of coming out.
Big plans, other things we didn't know about, all coming into play.
Yep.
Demiurge and his shenanigans.
Demiurge was Demiurging.
That fucking creepy bitch
was a creepy bitch.
Is an even creepier bitch now.
Yeah, she's actually a fucking demon now. So
is she a succubus?
I kind of getting that vibe.
She's got the little black wings.
Yeah, I was getting like, it wasn't necessarily the wings that gave me the vibe. It was like her being like, oh, I'm gonna have to fucking build suspense for her weird fucking dude, who I'm assuming is also gonna be a demon, like 100%. That dude's gonna be a demon, yeah. But yeah,
the most absolute moral character, Klein.
Yeah, he's gonna be real
epitome
fucking butthurt.
The epitome of good.
It was pretty cool seeing him fight Ainz. That was actually pretty
He was pissed.
Yeah, that was surprisingly good.
I was like, wow, this dude's got a backbone.
Yeah,
he's just been fucking pushover bitch like for 4 seasons.
Yeah, for as like anticlimactic is a lot of the fights with Ainz are.
Right.
This one was really good, and the one where where Pandora's actor is playing Ainz, that fight's really good. But yeah, it was really weird that he even entertained that. He's like, oh, yeah, you seem like a cool guy. I'll let you fight me.
Yeah, because at the end, he put away his sword, and Klein was like, he's going to use magic on a nobody like me.
Yeah. He's like, at least I'm important, too.
He's like, at least I deserve something. And then he took his heart.
And then he wakes back up, because...
He wakes up, because...
Probably undead now.
What's her face made a deal. And I want to know what's in that box. She said it was a seed.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if, like...
And she said to give it to him. She said it was like a seed for your puppy or something like that.
Yeah, like...
Which is what Klein is.
It makes me curious as to whether, like, was all of this to the ends of, like, she's gonna use him to grow some weird fucking monster? Or what? Because, like, her having all this knowledge beforehand is very strange. Because, like, the way they show it, it makes it look like she's been planning this shit since day one.
Well, yeah, like because it showed that's what Demiurge went to go do. Whenever I think that was season 2.
I think so, yeah.
When he's like, I'm gonna go. He's like, is it okay if I go do things? So he's like, yeah, go do whatever you want. He flies off towards the capital, and apparently, what it seems like, what they did without saying they did it, just like in the flashbacks and stuff, that she made a deal with Demiurge so this whole time, I guess the whole time that she's been on the screen for the most part, she's been loyal to Ainz. She already sold herself to Ainz.
Yeah,
for the Sorcerer King.
It makes me curious because the way that Albedo treated her as well gives me the vibe that when she met Demiurge, she already knew. She's like, hey, there's this very specific thing I want. There's this item I need.
Kingdom be damned.
Yeah, so
it's like, I want this thing and my puppy dog and boy toy.
It because I think the title of the episode's the Witch from the Fallen Kingdom or something, so it makes me wonder if she was some kind of weird witch sorcerer person previously.
True. Right.
And then was just like, hey, I see an opportunity here. But yeah, it's a very, it makes a lot of sense, I guess, but it's also what the fuck is gonna happen now? We definitely aren't gonna see the samurai people because the old dude got
oh my god, that was
annihilated.
I audibly laughed out loud. I just went, ha.
Yeah, you think he's gonna do some badass shit, then boop.
I was like, oh, this is the dude that trained Brain, I think it was.
Yeah.
And so he pulls his swords and was about to say his name, and he just his face explodes.
Yeah. And everyone was like,
it was so funny.
Whoa.
There he is.
Oh, hey, the collect call from Dead came through.
Yes, I do accept these charges for this collect call.
This is getting a call from jail, but it's Dead jail. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, we can hear him.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
How was Dead jail?
Dead jail?
Yeah, you've been Dead jail?
You were dead in Dead jail.
Dead jail and Dud jail.
Yeah.
Both.
I was into Dead jail.
Into jail.
Reminds me, I was playing Conan Exiled the other day, and I like to name my followers interesting things.
We know you like the names.
I can't remember them, but I remember you talking about them.
So I got a Great Bear. So obviously his name was Barry the Barbarian, Bear the Barbarian.
Yes.
As one has to do.
Did you get a new one?
I've had a few.
Oh.
He's got
but
all
that
of
was
the bears.
The Barry was the new one.
Barry the Barbarian.
Barry the Barbarian.
Barry the Barbarian. Bear the Barbarian.
The Barbarian.
Anyway,
we just started talking about how season 4 of Overlord's over.
Yeah, I watched that.
How do you feel about it?
How do you feel about the ending?
The creepy ass princess being creepy.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, creeper's gonna creep.
Yeah, creepier than creepier than Radiohead.
It's her favorite.
Yeah.
That's what's in that box. It's Radiohead's next album. Very excited for it.
Yeah, she's
Kingdom be damned. Killed her father. We assume she killed her father. I mean, blood on her
she
hands.
definitely did.
Yeah, fuck that
and
guy.
she's like, I don't really care about you.
Yeah, they were like, what's his name? The shitty knight.
Fine.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
It's just like, you made her do it. And Dimitri's like, fuck is he talking about?
I didn't make her do anything.
I didn't do shit.
I just got here like 2 seconds before you.
I just walked in the door.
So we were kind of talking about how long, because they kind of referenced it in the show, but they didn't really do specifics, like how long she's been on their side. Because when did she sell herself over?
It seems like that
And so
first
Brazil
night
was,
had a
season 2 or whatever. I
Albedo.
think it was.
Salt.
Because it looked like, because they had like the little flashback to when Demiurge asked Ainz for permission to go do whatever he wants to do, and they flew off towards
Oh,
the
true.
capital.
Yeah, because there was a thing. It's like whatever you do, you can't injure this person.
Yeah, which I'm assuming it was Klein, because
Klein.
that was her, and then that's why she told him she wanted him to wear that armor, because that was the
way to
picture that everybody had.
distinguish.
Yeah, your shiny armor for your shitty night.
Yeah.
But he did show some gusto in the end.
Yeah.
He actually
So also apparently,
suck is hard.
Ainz has the ability to turn people into demons.
Yeah, see, that's what they need to explore, because she's like, I'm a demon now. I'm like, what the fuck? Who did that?
Yeah.
Is it Ainz or was it Demiurge? Because he's the experimenter.
Or
Either
is it
one, I guess.
Albedo? Because she's
Or is
Albeto's
it
servant.
Albedo? Yeah. So is she a succubus? Because she had the little tiny wings. So we're trying to figure out what she was.
Yeah, because Albeto's a succubus too, isn't she?
Yeah, she's
Certified
like-
creep.
She's just a creep on
Certified.
Ainz.
Yeah, because Albedo's
Albedo's a
wings are lower
succubus.
down her back, aren't they?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
come
she
out
has
like
those.
around her waist. So I wonder if, because her little tiny wings come out of her shoulders. Yeah, I wonder if she is a succubus.
So
It's
that's
just
what
a
I'm
different type.
Maybe
Or
it's a
she's just a
combination,
weirdo.
and she's a vampire bus.
A vampiribus.
Vampiribus.
She's a
Sounds
Yeah.
like-
Which it's weird because there are two creatures with the same name. There's obviously the vampire succubus, and there's also a vampire bus. So
very
it
important.
can get
distinction.
confusing.
Vampire bus.
Yeah.
Or is she a universal serial bus? Is she
Usually-
a USB?
Yeah. Usually, whenever like a vampire bus, you're like, oh, okay, and you're the way to distinguish is like, well, what kind of tread? And they're like, what? And you're like, oh, okay, never mind. I got it.
Never mind.
That explains it.
I'm in the wrong situation.
I was thinking totally different thing. Totally different.
So I guess, honestly, from what I can, because I don't read ahead, but I'm pretty sure the next book that it's like there's a holy war that's supposed to start. Is it the movie that's next, or is it the season 5 that's next?
No.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Because there's
I
supposed
think
to be a
it's-
there's
think
supposed to
it's
be
the
a movie
movie.
and yeah, it's supposed to be a movie in 2 seasons. Damn it, Seve.
I knew that. I knew what he was doing. It's like,
Listen, there's a 50-50 chance I'm right, and you can't say one way or the other.
I mean, you're not wrong technically, but yeah, it was good. Brain, I still 100% believe is gonna get brought back from the dead.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Or Kakaitis is like, this guy's gonna make a great trophy for my shelf. He's gonna keep his frozen body on the mantle. Kind of
Right,
Where he's
strange.
gonna like make a cocktail and he's gonna like break off a piece. Be like,
He's gonna
"Ah,
chip
yes."
away at it. Brain ice, the best kind of ice.
I still really hate that his name's Brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, like Sevi said,
Which is
I'm
really
pretty sure that
weird.
was like a typo, and it was supposed
Yeah.
to be.
Which is it's
Brian.
gonna be super weird. Where like he's like, Heiden's like, hey, Kakaitis, did you tell all of your like lady followers to go that you needed them to like get you brain? Yeah, I needed brain. Yeah, like we're gonna have to talk about this. We're gonna send you to HR. Like you can't go asking your subordinates for brain. Like
HR has called me too many times about this. He's definitely gonna get brought back.
would his
Yeah.
defense just be like, I don't have a dick?
I mean, could just be like, they'll figure something out, Either way, asking for it's the problem. But yeah, Overlord is good. The princess was mad sus the whole time, as we expected. Kind of cool that she's a demon now. Kind of like,
Yeah.
Now there's a reason for her to be batshit crazy, I guess.
yeah, now it makes more sense. It does make me wonder, because like kind of what we talked about when the prince guy got. I wonder if he's gonna get brought back in some form or fashion, and how that
Well,
process
the
would
prince.
work. Yeah,
I don't think
I
like he
don't
got
think they could.
decapitated, but
That was the whole thing, because like he got straight up decapitated.
Yeah.
And then they like brought the head back, and it's like, well, where's the body? And then he was just like, well, just make sure that he gets a proper burial. So
did he tell his
I
guys
think-
to do that, or did he tell?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
he told his people to make sure that he's like, kill everybody, just ensure like they get a proper burial and whatnot. Because I feel like Ainz was planning on keeping him,
Until he got-
even if it's through resurrection. But I think, like with his power and stuff like that, there's a time limit on how long he has before he can resurrect them.
That
right.
makes sense.
So since they brought him the head, I think it had been too long.
Fair point.
That's my guess, which is why I'm also thinking that's why Kakaitis froze Brain.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Like, why he froze him as he was dying.
So I think that's why, like, because he was dying in the process of dying. So if he freezes him, he can bring him back, and then Ainz can resurrect him.
Yeah.
Interesting. Maybe, possibly.
I,
That's my working theory for it.
I like that he stole his sword too. He's like, all right,
He's
well,
like,
this is
I'm
mine.
keeping this.
This is mine.
Boop.
Not even gonna use it. I'm just gonna put it in my little hole here.
Yeah. He's like, I have a much nicer sword, but I'm still taking yours.
It's a sign of respect. Trust me.
Yeah.
Definitely not robbing you.
Yeah. Be like,
Definitely
listen, I have a wallet, but I'm taking yours. It's a sign of respect.
I respect you as a warrior. Give me your wallet.
No, you can't have your money out of it first. That's not how that works.
No, I need that too. It's very respectable money. But it was kind of an amusing scene getting to like. It's also kind of anticlimactic, but like Brain's crew rocks up, the samurai people, and is like, Master's like, all right, you fuckers are stopping here. He just gets his head popped.
Yeah.
It's like Aura or the other one, I can't remember. One of the elf twins was just like, okay, listen, guys, I'm in a big hurry. You really need to move. Come on. I'm on the clock here.
On the clock.
I showed my sister, was it like last weekend, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, what you think?
I watched the first 3 episodes with her. She's like, oh, this is really good. And she's like, oh, what's it on? I told her. She's like, oh, okay. And then she came back later on that night. She's like, I watched the entire series. She's like, it's looking
Nice.
good, right?
Hell yeah. Go fucking Jujutsu Kaisen.
I still need to watch the movie.
Yeah.
It should be coming out.
I
I
think,
think the dub is out already.
yeah, at least it hit theaters. I know it was on Crunchyroll, but I wasn't sure if the dub was.
I thought it was supposed to come on the 18th, but it could be.
Is it...
I have not started Spy Family yet.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen
We haven't
0,
either.
the movie, is on Crunchyroll right now. English dub.
Yeah.
I know.
We didn't know it started until we were like we just logged on, and he's like, "Oh, it's already started."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I assumed it would do like everything else and be like, hey, the sub is out. And then it's like next week or the next week, the dub. But it's like, nope.
Did
probably
y'all already
all
talk
this
about
shit at
Black
once.
Summoner?
No.
No, we just started.
Yeah.
So Black Summoner, huh?
Yeah, that CGI
over.
fight looked like shit. Like every fight with CGI has progressively gotten worse.
And it's at least it was
Goodness.
at nighttime, so it didn't. It could have looked a lot worse.
Yeah, well, I guess it could, but like, fam, why? Like you went like episodes without using CGI for your fights.
Yeah.
And you do this.
Yeah. So you meet somebody else that's been brought here from another world.
And he's a complete prick.
Yeah.
Sexy prick, but a complete prick.
Sexy prick.
Yeah. So you have like, if people were isekai, you have, you know,
What you would, what
What's
they
his
would
name?
probably do.
Cal, who's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, that's who I'd be. And then you have this prick who's like, this is what you fucking incels would actually be.
Because you would be
Yeah.
using magic on women.
Yeah. You'd be like,
Trying to
oh,
make
what?
your own harem.
Hypnosis? Yes.
I'll take that skill. Yeah, it's just Right Said Fred got sent to this world. That's what his whole thing is. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of cool that there's somebody else kind of equivalent to him in power. It,
Equivalent to a certain extent. Like
I mean, he's the closest we've seen so far, I think. I don't think we've seen anyone who's as close to Kel in power as that guy was.
It's like he was level 91 and Kel's 95.
Well, what was the guild master though? What was he at?
He didn't get to see because the guild master.
Because he's got high concealment.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to bet that guild master is probably stronger than Kel still.
Maybe. But he's rank S now, so he's got shit to do. Definitely going to be a war if a second season comes up. I kind of imagine it will. It looked like it was pretty consistently on the trending page on Crunchyroll, so I imagine people liked it. At least watched it fairly consistently. But yeah, it was good. Still a little confused on the CGI stuff. I will say that fucking no-name Klein fight in Overlord, at least they didn't use CGI in that. That was actually just a full-ass animated fight. Good for them.
Yeah, that was totally an actual fight.
Yeah, it was very weird that fucking no-name Mick Shitty Knight gets a real fight. And everyone else just doesn't.
It wasn't even much of a fight, though. It was just...
It was more than Stronov and Brain in the Dragon's God. All of them just immediately got heart grabbed. We're like, all right, we got shit to do. We're on the clock.
Yeah.
Runs it like a business. But yeah, Black Silver was good. It was all right. I don't have much else to say. I guess it exists.
Wait for the second season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully it gets one.
We get one.
Yeah. I mean, if if by the grace of the gods is getting a second season, I get a vibe. This will probably get a second season too.
True.
So, Dean, I'm quitting heroing.
Yes, I watched it. I finished it.
Yeah.
Last week, and then I was like, "Cool, we're not recording." So I watched everything. I watched
Great, not recording.
Yes.
I hated the last episode.
Ended up saving his life.
I fucking hated the last episode.
Brought all the whole weight of the episode before that, where you're like,
that was like 2 or 3
weight,
episodes before it.
Yeah, like the heaviness and the emotion that you're like holding on to, and it's like, no, you can come back to life.
I fucking hate
all
it.
That doesn't matter.
Like I was really digging it. I was totally behind it up until the last episode, where they were like, "Nah, you're still alive."
It's like no,
it was a good story. Just let him die.
It's like no, I can't, because if I'm alive, I'll do it again. And she's like, "Have you tried thinking really hard about it?
Have you tried not?
Have you just tried stopping?"
It's essentially where it's just like, "I'll do it again," and she's like, "What if you didn't?" And he's like,
"Got me there."
Honestly, it's like I've done it once, and she's like, "Try it again."
It's like you try it, but don't do that.
It's
I've never thought
into
about
my
that.
brain. It's like, have you tried turning it on and off again? And that's
Yeah.
essentially what he did. And she's like, "Nope, you'll be alive now." And then, God forbid, if I have to listen to Lily cry again, or just talk in general. I hate
boy, the English voice actor on that one was bad.
It's bad. I hate child characters, and I hate that they talk too much.
I hate children.
Yeah, it's like a child size. It's not a child because she's a demon. She's looking like a child because it's one of those shows. But looks like a child, talks like a child, cries
Not
like
a
a child.
child.
Really fucking annoying. Fox-looking thing. Can turn into a wolf. That's kind of cool, but didn't do that a whole lot.
Yeah, it was bad. Solely for just like the last episode.
The fuck you last episode.
Yeah.
Speaking of very disappointing anticlimactic endings, Parallel World Pharmacy also kind of sucked in the end.
It just ended.
Yeah, the ending's fucking not good.
He said, "I'm this half Two-Face skeleton man." Two-Face came in there and started killing people.
Yeah.
Well, he
And
didn't
then
kill anybody.
Yeah.
He stabbed two
People
people
died
with-
from the plague.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
the
from
other
the
people.
plague.
No one important
Indirectly.
died.
Yeah.
But he just stabbed two people with a fucking poison knife, and they're totally
He's-
fine.
He straight up stabbed an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Tried to kill a child.
And an old man with
which-
fucking
which
broke
is-
ass knees.
Which is funny because it was a poison blade. So he was doing his eye thing, trying to diagnose it and eliminate the poison, but he didn't do anything about the stab wound.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, the poison's gone. Let me attack this guy. I was like, you have a middle-aged man and an 8-year-old girl with stab wounds to the back, probably the spine.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was just it's like, it's okay. I've cured you of your poison. And they're like, I can't feel my legs. And he's just like,
You have no poison though.
yeah, no poison. I got rid of the poison. Could you please
You're
say
welcome.
thank you? God, you prick.
I mean, if it
It's
was
like,
the
I'm
old
gonna
guy,
die. Like,
Go to fix your legs, but no, I'm not gonna now.
I'm gonna die.
you know, if it was the old guy that couldn't feel his legs, that's probably an improvement because his legs hurt all the time. That's why he had the
It's
cane.
Yeah, I can't feel my legs. Good.
You're welcome.
I need you to go garden for me. Go
I'll
pull
build you
those
a-
weeds.
I'll build you a chair. But yeah, no, it's a
That's-
glaring oversight that they just didn't touch on. They still have open back wounds.
Yeah.
I think they came back to it at some point later on. Like after
Yeah, and then they started walking.
after he murdered someone and apparently did a mass cure,
Yeah, I did like a
which was
guess-
just it was described. It's like, oh yeah, remember how we were like, I like how earlier they're like, the wand has many features that we don't even know yet, as a catch-all for whenever they're just like,
yeah,
the wand does it.
the wand does it.
The wand can super kill people.
It's that god power, and he used it when he needed it.
Yeah, it's just like it.
Overall,
this is definitely not going to be
I-
second season.
It was
I
okay.
liked it. I like the
Yeah.
I like the show.
most of the.
I would have
shows
been
get this.
totally cool if they didn't bring up like the magic or any of like the stuff, and it was just him being a doctor.
True.
And it being a slice of life thing, because like the first parts of it were, I think, way more enjoyable. Which I feel like that's been the case with a lot of anime this season. Is like, I'm quitting heroing. Like that one was one. Starting off, really liked it. Then it started
Mhm.
getting into his backstory a little bit, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
okay, I'm not super digging it, but it's whatever. And then the ending happened, and I'm just like, this is fucking shit. Fuck you. And then I still enjoyed Black Summoner, but I definitely feel like towards the end I was not nearly as invested as I was at the beginning of it. And I think it was because, like, you know, Kel's like main objective was to summon like Melfina,
Mhm.
and he managed
did
to do
it.
that by like episode 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, I thought this was going to be something that they were going to be working towards a lot longer, but it's kind of done now.
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like that kind of like took some of the wind out of the sails. I think Parallel World Pharmacy did the same thing, where it was just like, okay, yeah, I'm liking it, and then like they started to add more and more of the magic stuff to it. And I feel like a lot of the episodes kind of reminded me of why I stopped reading like the Nightwing comics, because they'd do this big build up and everything like that, and there'd be this big climax and everything like that, and big cliffhanger, and then like the last episode, last issue of that arc, it'd be like, and climax, yeah, okay, yeah, we resolved that, but setting up the next one, keep buying it please. And it's just like, just tell a good story.
Yeah.
Just like have a good beginning, middle, end. It's like you do like beginning, it's like, all right, yeah, we're kicking off middle, it's like, okay, shit, I'm invested. And then it comes to the end and they're just like, yeah, here you go. No, but what about this? And I'm just like,
What about this?
it was very, I guess, what was it? the Rise of Skywalker ish, where it's like you guys spent so much time trying to set up spin-offs that you didn't tell us good story.
Yeah.
And it shows.
Yeah, like, I mean, I feel like there's other things that are like this. Like, this is, I think, probably a fairly consistent thing by season. I just can't remember what I watched last season. But yeah, it's hard for any of these shows, I feel like, to tell a good story and keep it good. Because like you said, a lot of them start pretty interesting, but they don't do a good job in transitioning, like, oh, you know, Kel, sure, he summoned Melfina in episode 6 or whatever, but now he's got a new mission. Like, now Melfina's like, hey, now that I'm here, we actually have to go do this thing. Like, we actually have you summoned me for a reason. But now it's just like, oh, I guess we'll fight the other countries.
Yeah, it was like, I guess I'll become an S-rank adventurer. I mean, why not? It's like, and it was like, oh, you've got another power. Part of my blessing is like, you can summon heroes. And he's just like, sure, yeah, let's try it.
Yeah.
And they did it, and it was like, okay, well, yeah, like you did it, but like, why?
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh, I guess she'll be like the hero or something. I'll start trading her. It felt very like, yeah, we'll work on this at some point.
Yeah, it was just like, oh yeah, sure. Why would we included it in the list? We might as well just do something with it. But something that doesn't have this issue that I did finish. I finished Mob Psycho season 2, and it fucking slapped. It did not fucking like lose any of its cool build up. It was like, oh yeah, shit happens. I don't know if they're gonna go with season 3, but I'm excited for it. I think it's good. Like, there's not a point in that show that I was like, yeah, this kind of sucks. It's like, yeah, there's interesting shit happening all the time. Hell yeah.
What was the last season that he had?
So season.
Oh, we had. Well, and then by the counterpoint, we had Trapped in a Dating Sim.
Yeah.
Which, with each passing episode, somehow just got better for me.
Yeah, I didn't feel like there was one this season that did that. I didn't feel like. I mean, Overlord to an extent ended much stronger,
Overlord,
but
it was
but
really
like,
slow
like,
to a build up.
Yeah, like
it was a really slow burn to a satisfying enough ending.
Yeah.
Trapped in a Dating Sim was very much like each passing episode, I was like, I like this show more.
Yeah.
But with Overlord, I was just like, there were several episodes this season I had to rewatch because I completely zoned out while watching.
Yeah.
It was honestly, it was not a good season, but it's like the last couple of episodes kind of like got you there. Like, it kind of like helped deliver and move the story along.
Yeah.
But leading up to that, I felt like it was probably the weakest season since Lizard Sex.
The Lizard Sex season.
And even then, at least it had the second half that kind of redeemed the whole season.
Part.
Yeah, you had the whole 8 Fingers part that you kind of like went and delved into. But
7 fingers, 8 fingers.
it was the 8.
Finger boys. That's where I'm at in the books. And so we're getting a lot of Sebes, which is nice.
Yeah, I am interested what Sebes has been doing during all of this.
Yeah, because he's definitely like not been there.
Yeah. So I just imagine him like walking in and be like, "Hey, I'm back," and just seeing like a demoned Klein and like a frozen brain and being like,
What happened?
What the fuck, guys? These were my friends.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, these were. Well, we made one into a demon, so he can hang out, and here's a friend that he'll always be around because he's frozen.
It's a win-win.
So boom.
Yeah, Zebus is gonna be like, wait a second, how did this happen?
Yeah, so like overall, it's like I'm glad that we got a little bit more information about like the dragon from the beginning of season 1 or from the end of season 1, who apparently knows about Yggdrasil, the game, and everything. so another like player character.
Yeah,
But
he's
overall,
undoubtedly a player character, I would assume.
yeah. And then I felt like they really just kind of dropped off a lot of stuff because you had the stuff with the Emperor and him trying to betray Ainz
Yes.
and asking to be a vassal state. And so you were doing a lot with that. And then after Ainz was like, I'll have to think about it. They don't bring him up again. The most they do is that the most they talk about is like, you know, some of the nobles talk about fleeing to the Empire. And that's kind of it.
Yeah.
So.
I do agree. I don't think there's anything that has that trapped in a dating sim. There's a lot of things. This just wasn't as good of a season overall, I feel like.
No, I mean, maybe it's because like last season,
last season it was a bunch of surprises though. It wasn't like
yeah, because we also had we had Love After World Domination,
slapped.
which wasn't one where it was like each episode it's like, oh, we're getting something new, getting something better, but it was a good like slice of life. So like each episode I was just like, oh yeah, this is good. Like I enjoy watching this. It's a good
It was
show.
consistent. It didn't ever feel like it followed.
Yeah.
Well.
You had, in the terms of like, you know, fantasy isekai type things, you had Scaly Knight.
Scaly Knight was pretty good.
And I feel like that one was still pretty consistent of like enjoying watching it.
Yeah.
Spy Family was last season, which was another one that was just super solid.
Yeah.
We did have some weak ones, but compared, because I kind of feel like I'm Quitting Heroing is giving me some of like the same vibes as the Greatest Demon Lord Reborn as a Typical Nobody, where it's like, okay, this is starting off as a fun, like interesting idea. Like I kind of like the concept of it, and then it goes on a little bit more, and you're like, okay, I'm liking this less. I don't know where you're going with it, and then it ends, and we get to the conclusion of it, and you're like, this was bad. They did a bad job. You guys did bad. You should feel bad.
Yeah, I mean, because there's like, I almost don't even count Overlord because like it was ongoing, right? Because a lot of this other stuff was just kind of
new
like
stuff.
one-offs. Yeah, like Black Summoner is okay. I feel like it's probably like a Skelly Knight for me. I think Skelly Knight's maybe a little better, but it's kind of in the same general ballpark. Parallel World Pharmacy didn't hit a Love After World Domination or Trapped in a Dating Sim. Licorice Recoil hasn't either, honestly. Like it's okay,
we still have
but,
a few episodes left of Licorice.
Yeah, I think there's 3 or 4.
3.
I think,
but like the novelty of it is kind of wearing thin. Like, it's like they're taking too long to make their point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's, you know. I think it's just one of those things that was like the only kind of okay-ish show in this season that like stood out a little bit. So people were like, "Holy shit, this is the best thing." It's like, no, it's not that good.
Yeah. I've been watching that My Isekai Life, and it's another one where I'm just like, I'm watching it, but it's really lackluster. Like, it's just such a bland protagonist, and I feel like there's lots of these that are just not like, they have like, I think we talked about it with when we were talking about the Demon Lord Reborn as a typical nobody, where it's like, oh hey, it's like, here's a fun idea, and they take the concept of it. I was like, oh, what if we had this? And it's like, yeah, that would work. And what they need to do when they do stuff like that is like, okay, this is a slice of life that you need to do it as.
Yeah.
But they're like, okay, well, we were in this fantasy setting. We have to have something. We have to have them doing something. We need to. Who are they fighting? Who's the main enemy? It's like, there doesn't have to be a main enemy. Like, it could just be the shenanigans that happens while he's like in this time now.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's lots that are kind of doing that. I definitely feel like that's kind of like the I'm quitting heroing went, where I would have been more okay if it was just kind of a fun, like the beginning of it, slice of life of him trying to help out this demon army, trying to like get them to learn better things, be better, while also trying to hide his identity from like the queen person. I felt like that would have been more entertaining than them trying to come up with like, oh, okay, well, now that we've got this concept of this person quitting heroing, it's like, well, why would they do that? And let's give them this weird, convoluted backstory and all this other bullshit that isn't overall, I think, very entertaining. It's just calling it mid would be a compliment,
Fair enough.
you know?
It's definitely not something I think I'll watch now. But yeah, like I guess the things that kind of like this last season and kind of going into this one that almost in a way hold the trapped in a dating sim, maybe not trapped in a dating sim because it was like it actually had a pretty good story and progression. Maybe it's like Love After World Domination where I just get like unreasonably hyped for it. Like it's good, but I'm just like, why are you so excited about the show? Like Fudo PI has been doing that for me. I'm really pissed off that it's not been dubbed because I'm really sick of watching subtitles. It's doing good. Gundam's fucking still slapping, but nothing's really hit the same way. Like Trapped in a Dating Sim was weirdly unique in just that. Yeah, it was really good. Like it's just a good story, and you just don't have a lot of those.
Yeah, like it was unique. You know, it was like, oh, we have all these ones where you get trapped in a game, but it's like, okay, he's in a dating sim, but it's not like he played the game because he wanted to. So it wasn't one that he even enjoyed. He hated everything about it.
Yeah.
He didn't like any of the other characters. He didn't want anything to do with them. He was just like, I'm gonna live a quiet life. And then it was just like, with his knowledge of the game, he had kind of like has inadvertently started influencing a lot of the world around him. And then like seeing him realize that and like see what he's done and how that's made so many changes, like it was good. And I think that's like a way to have that good growth in it, because I feel like, you know, for a show to be like okay, you need to have like story growth or you need to have character growth, and for a show to be really good, you have both. And I feel like we had, you know, these like the Trapped in a Dating Sim, we got a bunch of character growth from not just the main character, but from his supporting cast as well. You know, the prince and his friends, like we saw them, you know, grow and acknowledge some of the things they had been doing wrong. The who he says is the main protagonist, what's her name? And then who's supposed to be the main antagonist as well. Like we see both of them grow and, you know, mature. And then throughout the course of it, we're seeing the story of what the game should be not going in line as it should because of the choices he's made. So we're seeing that story growth along with it and like a world growth. And I think that's one of the things that just like set it apart from other things. Because there are so many other shows I think we watch where they'll try and focus on just progressing the story, but the characters stagnate, or they just focus on, you know, the character growth, which I feel like can be done, but that's going to be your more slice of lifey type things.
Mm.
And if you do it with good characters, I feel like that you can get away with that a little bit more.
Yeah, like you can, like, if you can have a strong character that's not only well written, but is kind of like a fan favorite, a lot of people will give you a lot of slack.
Yeah.
I mean, Kel's kind of that way, right? Like he doesn't really progress past a certain point, but like he's likable enough that generally he's like, oh yeah, no, that's actually kind of a fun thing. But yeah, you don't have. There's not a show I feel like this season that had that
Exactly.
was well done in every aspect. But
And I think that's why I feel like Black Summoner has gotten weaker the more I've watched it, is because Kel is kind of like stagnating, and because they're not doing anything with character, it's like, well, we got to throw something to the story now, but we haven't, like, there hasn't been any setup or anything to drive us to the story. It's just the characters now just like, okay, we're doing this without a like drive behind it. So it's like you have Kel, who's now like, oh yeah, I guess I'll go do this. I'll go do the let's go do this S rank thing, become S rank. When it's just like, well, your whole point was that you wanted to get strong enough to summon this goddess, which you've now done. That was
what do you
your
what do you
whole
want to
thing.
do? Like what?
Yeah, like
what are you doing? What are you doing, bro?
yeah, well, like what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
oh, why become an S? Like,
You don't want to be a hero.
yeah,
You don't
why
wanna
are
do the
you gonna
things.
be this? Why are you gonna take the test to be an S class, S rank adventurer?
Yeah.
When you've shown like really no interest other than just getting strong enough to summon the goddess.
Because he was like, I don't want to be anybody.
Yeah,
And then she's like, well, you can get strong to summon me. And he's like, okay, I'll do that. And then he did it. And it's like, what are you doing? Is that why you summon your sister? Whatever the fuck.
because I
She
don't
could be the
feel
hero
even
for
that
it?
was super
Nope.
flushed out either.
no.
Because I think they even specified like whenever he was summoned, it was because an accident happened and he was killed.
He wasn't on purpose.
Yeah, so it was just like, oh, you were kind of an accident, so we're just gonna kind of like,
Kind of like Smartphone Boy.
yeah, we're just, hey, you want to come back to life in another world?
Yep.
That cool. But you know, with whenever he summoned someone, he was just like, I want to make sure it's someone who's already dead.
And then it was like she had cancer.
Yeah,
She's like, I never got to go outside. I just waited for death.
it's that Sword Art arc where it's
Yeah,
just like,
it's the sort of where it's super depressing. Something
yeah,
happened.
it's just like, I have AIDS.
I have AIDS. What? Yeah, and you know that party that I used to run with? Yeah, they don't log on anymore because I watched every one of them die.
Yeah.
It's like they all died. It was a death party. Like a legit hospice party. Hospice
Uh,
care.
It's a weird
not-
transition, but we've been watching The Midnight Club, which is not an anime at all. But
I don't even know what that is.
do you know who Mike Flanagan is?
Who?
Did you
Yeah.
ever watch Hill House or Haunting of Bly Manor
Bly
or
Manor, Midnight
Midnight
Mass.
Mass? Yeah,
Midnight Mass, dude.
that
Midnight
movie
Mass.
fucking slaps. Or that
Raoul
series.
Coley?
It's not a movie. Yeah, dude, Raoul Cooley's my boy. Like his Twitter
He's
is
so-
fucking hilarious. I love that man.
He's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, you want to talk about someone posting the fucking stupid things like, "Hey, I just spent like $1,000 on fucking Warhammer
Warhammer.
minis." Yeah, love that man.
That and his Gundam stuff that he built, like
Yeah.
all his gunpla.
This dude he's my celebrity spiritual animal, spirit animal. Anyway, Mike Flanagan's new series is called Midnight Club, and it's about a bunch of terminal cancer kids who are in a hospice who get together at midnight and tell scary stories. But there's other shit that happens. It's not as good as the other ones, but you're like hospice, and I was like, oh shit, that show is about a hospice. It's I think it's the weakest of Mike Flanagan's stuff, but if it does get a second season, I think it'll be quite a bit better for how it ended. Raoul Coley is in it for one episode, but he's there, and you're like, hell yeah, my boy, he's there. Represent. Yeah, that's just a weird side note, but yeah. Ruby is still good. I'm an episode behind on it. The English dub still
Oh,
Did you
slaps.
start
yeah, I've
watching
watched-
the dub?
I started the dub.
How far did you get?
I got like 2 episodes in,
Okay, so
but I
think
didn't
they're
watch
on
like
4.
last week's or this week's.
Yeah.
So I'm behind
Yeah.
by a decent amount.
Yeah, I think 3 and 4 is where they start to depart more so. where they start adding new shit in.
Yeah, they added, I think the newest, other than the pacing being really fast in the first 2 episodes compared to the original, because they're trying to get to their own stuff. It's like the end of season 2, or like in the middle before the test. Big hat dude shows up with a big hat, and he's talking to Oz about which Grimm are in the test.
Some shit.
And I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
that guy's new. Big hat boy.
Big hat man.
Big hat boy. He's a
it's
dream.
like big like witch's hat sort of a
Yeah,
dude.
big witch's hat. Yeah, he's like a dream person. He's integral to the
Yeah.
first.
Still waiting to get sorted into which house he's gonna be in.
He's still waiting. And stopped talking to him, so didn't tell him where to go.
He did. He just got
He's
sat
like,
on the
"Still
stool.
tells me technically I don't have to take this off, and he just kind of kept it.
He's gonna get.
But he keeps
Gotta
feeding it. That's why it's gotten so big.
It just keeps growing. It's like that bit
Yeah.
from
He
what
just
is it
He
like?
just like grabs a book and just like rips out some of the pages. And
Is
it's
it,
like he's hungry. He's a growing boy.
is it Scary Movie like 3 or 4 where there's that bit where the sheriff's hat in each successive scene gets larger? So it starts like just a regular cowboy hat, and then it gets
It's the
to
4th
like
one.
it's like the jumbo Doug Dimmadale
No.
Dimmadome hat.
Yeah, every scene that she's in, her hat gets a little bit wider until it's like this big.
Yeah, it's like out of
Sheriff's
frame.
hat. And nobody says anything about it.
It's a good gag.
It's never mentioned. It's good.
There's a Left 4 Dead 2 mod that Nick has the Doug Dimmadome hat.
Yeah.
That it just like there's no top to it. It just like goes off into the
Just
sky.
goes.
Yes.
It's
best
great. I love it.
Um,
The best mod is the one that replaces the Desert Eagle sounds with somebody going pew
pew, 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 pew.
do that with the one where instead of like the gun, it's just replaced with somebody's finger. So you're just sitting there going pew
Pew, pew, pew.
popping zombie heads. It's pretty amazing.
I opened the Google Doc to add Witch of Mercury
Hell yeah.
on there, and I see there was a new edition.
I feel like I did this last week, and I just then I did.
Apparently, I watched last week for 15 seconds the Mario Bros. Trailer, but only the Chris Pratt parts.
Yeah, it's the best
that
parts
come
of
out?
that trailer.
It's not out yet, but the trailer came out where it's
Oh.
where everyone's like, because everyone's like, why is Chris Pratt Mario? And they're like, you should. There's a big thing. It's like, why are you not hiring voice actors for a voice acting role? And they're like, obviously because companies are like, oh, name recognition and all that. But like in most of those articles where they're talking about hiring voice actors, they're like, Jack Black's fine. He can do whatever he wants.
To be fair, everyone else in that trailer is good. Like Charlie Day. It's only a scream, but it's Charlie Day, and you're like, I like that. Keegle Mighton Key is in there. He's good. Jack Black is
So-
Bowser.
Jack
mostly
Black,
just- They're mostly
who
just
has
bad
like
actors.
a lot of like vocal stuff that he's done.
Yeah.
Like he had that whole Brutal Legend game that like he
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
true.
voice
Excellent
acted
game.
on. Like
Yeah.
he's done voice work.
Yeah.
Keegle Mike and Key, his wife is like a dialect coach,
Mm.
which is why he's able to do. He was saying like get like all these accents down so accurately,
That makes
Mhm.
sense.
because she has helped like coach him. So like, and has been fairly well known for doing impressions.
Mhm.
And then you have like just Chris Pratt, who's known for kind of just being a shitbag.
Yeah, like when you hear him, like there's 2 lines he says, and one of them it just sounds
Yeah.
like Chris Pratt talking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, he doesn't even
But
do an
then-
accent.
but-
It's just like I'm Chris
But
Pratt.
then I think he was in the studio and he was like, I can do this 2 ways. I can be me, or I can try to sound Italian and get canceled even more.
And he does both, and I don't understand why. Like
yeah.
they're like,
Somehow
okay,
you
do
managed to
every
do
other
both
line.
of them.
I think he went with the safe bet.
It
But,
looks like trash. That's all I know. I won't watch it, but
Yeah, I have zero intent to watch, but
I'm gonna watch the '93 Super Mario Bros. Movie instead.
hell yeah. I
the
love
real
the
OG.
'Cause it gets better as every year goes by.
I love the dude that played Bowser in it.
Oh
And his
yeah.
daughter asks why he did that, and it's like, oh, I had to do that so that so I can buy you like shoes and stuff. And she was like, Daddy, I don't need shoes that bad.
I It's Mario.
That's how
Mario.
bad it is.
It's Mario.
But yeah, I'd rather
Mario,
watch that.
Luigi Mario.
Also, if you got Charlie Day in there, why did you not just get Danny DeVito for Mario?
Like, there's a whole, like, if you wanted name recognition, you could have got a lot of better people that would have been way less expensive, probably.
True.
But no.
Yeah, like if you're gonna have somebody who's not gonna just sound like Mario, I would rather have it fucking be Danny DeVito.
Charles Martinet is still alive. Like,
Yeah.
why didn't he just voiced a character in the Dragon Ball movie that just came out? Like, it's so weird. I guess they didn't want him. I don't know. I don't know what the decision was on that. Like, dude's been Mario for 20 years, longer than that.
I think it's that name recognition sort of thing that y'all are talking about.
Yeah.
Which is just like,
Hector.
you might get some more
Actor man.
name recognition, but when you take into account like how much you'd have to pay them as opposed to how much you'd have to pay like probably like a voice actor to do it.
Yeah.
You're gonna be saving
Nope.
a lot more money.
Nobody, especially animated movies, nobody, no matter who they picked, is gonna go see the Mario movie because of who's Mario. They're gonna go see the Mario movie because it's a Mario movie.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
made by Illumination, which did the Minions and Despicable Me. So it's gonna look good. So people are gonna want to watch it. Kids are gonna want to watch it. Mario fans are gonna want to watch it. They don't. You know what I'm talking about, though. Like nobody.
I've
I
enjoyed
don't
the
think-
Mario games. I've played them.
I don't think anyone's gonna be like, oh, I wasn't gonna watch this, but Chris Pratt's in it, so I'm gonna watch it now.
No,
You know,
but
like, it doesn't
I
make any
will take a look
They
at it
could've
and be like, oh, what's this? I'm like, oh, Chris Pratt's doing the voice of this of Mario.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch that.
Yeah.
That just sounds awful.
It's like they could have put anybody in there. I don't know why they needed any name recognition on possibly one of the most recognizable IPs in the entire world.
Yeah.
Like, everybody knows who Mario is.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't do that shit for the Sonic movie. Like, Ben Schwartz
No.
is a name, but he's not like
I couldn't even
Chris
tell you who
Pratt.
it was. I couldn't even tell you who it was that did Sonic.
Yeah, it's Ben Schwartz. As
Yeah.
John Ralphio from
Yeah.
Parks and Rec. Love Parks and Rec.
And they made a second one. I didn't watch the second one.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch either. So.
First one was pretty good.
I think I started the first one.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, boy, Ace Ventura is really giving Cyclops a hard time. And then I was just like, I'm not paying attention to this.
But we did watch Gundam.
We did.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Sevi didn't, but we did.
It's not
And-
sub, so I don't assume Sevi's gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I did watch. Well, we're on like episode 11 of Daily Life of the Immortal King.
I
yeah.
did not. Wait, hold on. I take that back. I don't remember where I am in that show,
I did not.
and I feel like I'm behind, but I could be 100% wrong. Let me find it real quick.
Things are popping off a bit.
Did the is hold on, let me see. Okay, so I did watch episode 11. Episode 12 is out. I haven't watched that yet. But yeah, so they
It wasn't
actually
out when I checked.
I mean, this is one of those shows they release at a weird fucking time. It keeps throwing me off.
Yeah,
They did this with
it's
Fudo PI
weird.
too. I'm like, I just finished the last episode, but the new episode. Yeah, I mean, the tournament shit starts and it's actually really good. And you're like, oh wow, some fights are happening. You get to see other people do shit and actually be kind of interesting. And then dude's like, all right, well, I gotta blow up. And then the dog
Yeah.
bites his head. It's good. I mean, it's
I've been enjoying it. It's once again, it takes some getting used to. There's some like cultural things
Mhm.
that they do or stuff like that where you're just like, that seems out of place. But then you're like, well, this is someplace set in like China. This isn't like the typical like Japan setting that you're used to when you're watching like anime.
Yeah. Yeah, like that and Link Click, it's not even big things. It's just weird little things that you're like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then you're like, oh, well, yeah, it's because, it's not Japan, it's China. There's cultural things that are just different. But yeah, I mean, it's good. I'm glad that we actually get some like decent, actually well animated fights in the show.
Yeah.
Of course, not.
Better animated than fucking CGI bullshit and Black Summoner.
Yeah. It's weird that this one is the one that does it, but they do it. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, it is all right. It's good. I mean, it's one of those that I'm like, I'm enjoying it, but you know, it's not doing like anything special for me. I am behind on Link Click, but Link Click's also been very good.
I didn't watch the latest episode.
Don Maki started up the dub, but I'm probably just gonna wait for it to all come out and then watch it all at once.
My Hero season 6 started dubbed.
Oh, I need to catch up from like season 4 still.
God damn.
Okay, so wait, this is season 6. Seve, if you're on season 4, when you get to season 5, tell me, and then maybe I'll watch season 5 at the same time.
I'm pretty sure we already talked about this. I'm pretty sure you've already seen season 4. Or was it Cody that seen season 4?
I stopped watching in like the middle of a season. It was like the gentleman villain or whatever. And there's some festival that they were trying to do.
Okay,
Like
so
the last episode I
the-
watched, Midoriya
the-
was coming back from a hardware store.
Yeah, because that was the Gentle Criminal episode. Yeah. So that was after. Okay, that's season 5. Yeah.
Okay, I've seen part of season 5.
Yeah. Okay, that's the first. I think that's like the first episode.
Wait, season 6 is just starting?
Yeah.
No, that's got to be season 4.
That's been way too long.
Because I'm a season
right?
behind, and I've definitely seen that.
Because the overhaul was fighting the overhaul in the Yakuza was the end of season 4, wasn't it?
That was the end of season 3.
What the fuck happened in season 3? I'm so confused.
No one, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. No one's gonna watch anything anyway.
Let's-
My Hero has fallen off.
I mean, now I need to know
Yeah.
what actually
Honestly,
has
like,
happened.
Uh,
Where the fuck is it? It's in here. There you go. All right, My Hero. Okay, so season 1. Where's
IMDb stuff.
Here we go. season
Okay.
3. Oh, season 3 is where they go to the forest and they get fucked up, and then
Yes.
Bakugo gets kidnapped.
Wait.
Yes.
What was
Which means season 4 is when they fight Overhaul.
Yes.
But that can't.
That is right. It is
Am I
correct.
fucking insane? Have I actually seen season 5 and I'm just.
Wait, what happened in season 2?
No, okay. I have not seen season 5. Okay.
No,
That's the sports festival? Then what
You
all
don't-
did happen? I thought that started in season. What all did they do in season 1?
Nothing.
Oh, just
we had to rewatch the whole thing.
because the first season's like 13 episodes.
Yeah.
And then the subsequent ones
I'm gonna have to watch. What's this?
are
13?
like 25 episodes
Oh,
a
that's so-
piece. I think
yes.
I keep combining seasons 1 and 2 into one season
Fair.
because of how short season 1 is. And then
You Gentle Criminal
Have I
was near the end of season 4. Because that happens, and then after that, it's Endeavor stuff, which is
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
fucking
okay.
cool. It's like 2 episodes. God, it's so fucking badass. Like the last 2 episodes of season 4,
Maybe I'll leave this up. Maybe I will watch this.
pretty epic.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that Endeavor fight that
Wait.
happens is like one of the best ones in the series.
Oh God, it's so fucking.
oh wait,
good.
so I didn't finish season 4.
Just go to the last 2 episodes of season 4 whenever you want to start it again.
So I guess I'm on what Deku versus the Gentle Criminal was
Yeah.
where I was at.
Yeah,
Those
sure.
are more like. Those are
Or
kind of like.
okay, so I was like, I just didn't watch the last 5 episodes of the 4th season.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then there's a 5th season, and season 6 is starting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Mob
All right.
Psycho gets its 3rd season dubbed this season as well. The 3rd season's
Okay.
airing right now, but I don't know when the dub is supposed to start, but it is confirmed for a dub, so.
Do you know who's actually going to get the dub for it? Because, like,
I imagine it's probably still going to be Funimation.
One Punch is all kinds of like fucky, where like different people have like the first season dubbed, and then other people have like the second season dubbed, and I felt that the second season of One Punch did not deliver as well compared to the first, whereas like the second season of Mob Psycho just like kept going.
Yeah, like it slaps. Let's see. Okay, so it doesn't look like it was confirmed on Crunchyroll to be getting a dub, but it doesn't look like there's any new cast lists. So I assume it's probably the same people then.
Probably.
But yeah, so that'll be good. Maybe I will catch up on My Hero. I don't know. But
I will eventually do something.
But you know it's way better than My Hero?
Gundam.
Yeah. Gundam's so much better than My Hero. You fuck My Hero.
Such a good episode. There's lots of fighting.
Hell yeah. It's big fights, big awkward stiletto moments that are great for screen caps. Loving the memes.
Oh
it's
yeah,
great.
absolutely.
I mean, My Hero just does it better than Gundam did. Like in Gundam, the kids had to get into giant mechs to fight the adults. In My Hero, they just go fight the adults.
You know, you see
It's
what?
like, hey, kid, you want a mech? He's just like, fuck you, fuck you.
I
can
am
shoot
the
explosions
mech.
from my hands. Fuck you. I'm just gonna go fight this bitch.
You know why My Hero is better than
Everybody
Gundam?
watches Gundam, right? Because of the child soldiers.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
My Hero is better than Gundam because everyone's shark is everyone's wearing a mask.
Everyone's got a mask.
I will come back and watch more Gundam once they bring my boy Lock On back.
So he's never gonna watch Gundam again.
They did him dirty.
I mean, they did, but I mean,
It's funny. They're making what, another a Sea Destiny movie.
Hell yeah.
They're making a Sea Destiny movie, but they're not gonna go back and touch Double O.
I don't know what Sea Destiny is.
It's the one that
Gundam.
time-wise
Pirate
came
themed?
out before. Nah, that'd be way cooler. It's the one that came out before Double O, where it's kind of just like a modernized retelling of the original series. That is
The original, that was just space fighting, Space Wars.
Gundam Seed.
Which one was the Vietnam one?
Oh, so that would have been the Mess Team, which happens in the original timeline, yes. Because it like actually happens in Southeast Asia, so it is actually, if you want to say space Vietnam, then yes, the Universal Century is space Vietnam. Or space World War II, depending on who you ask. This is not the answer you wanted.
Oh boy, I've got chores to do. I think I'm gonna bounce while y'all talk about Gundam because, let's be honest, I'm not gonna contribute anything to this conversation. All I'm going to do is make fun of you guys.
To be fair, I was probably going to try to transition into Game of Thrones stuff after this, so
Yeah,
these are
didn't watch any
conversations
of
you don't
that.
give a shit about.
Yeah. Yeah, come talk to me when you want to watch something that's not so shitty and convoluted and so fucking predictable.
You liked Iron Blooded Orphans.
Listen.
I didn't finish it.
Oh.
Barbados was cool. There's a whole second season I never watched.
I could have sworn you started it.
I did. I watched all
Oh.
of season 1.
I meant the second season. I thought you started that.
It's on my watch list
Oh.
for like a year. And I finally, I'm like, let's be honest, I'm not getting back to this.
I'm never going to come back to this.
Yeah, because there was always like, what was his name? Like, My House. Main character, wasn't that his name? Mikasa?
Mika? Mikazuki?
Mikasa.
Mikasa.
Mikasa, yes.
Yeah, his last name was Tsukasa.
Yes. He was a Spanish Martian man.
Yes.
From Mars.
He's
That's
from nowhere.
fucking
He's an
racist,
orphan.
Cody.
Listen, it's not my fault that the official language of Mars is apparently Spanish in your universe.
Think everybody that speaks Spanish is from Mars.
No, I'm saying that Mars.
Cody's like, oh my god, the aliens, they're attacking.
God damn it.
It's just like, no, that's just La Mexicana. Just a Mexican grocery store, my dude. They've taken over.
We have several Mexican grocery stores by us that I'm like, one day I'll go in there and get like actual good food, but I haven't done that yet. Because I don't cook, so there's no reason for me to go in there. But
Oh, Cody cooks. It's on his YouTube.
listen.
College
do
Cody.
you do that?
College
do you
Cody
do that,
cooks.
do you do
Okay.
that Walter White cooking?
Yes, I did so good in chemistry that I started making meth.
I know that's a lie.
Yeah. I would not be making, I don't even know chemicals.
I don't know of anybody that did well in chemistry. It was just like, all right, I did it. Are we done?
Walter White did good in chemistry because he taught it. Apparently, for like 9 minutes of that show. Yeah. Gundam's good. Game of Thrones is good.
I disagree.
Seve, best Irish exits of all time. Yeah, I kind of thought he was gonna pop back in there for a second, but no, this makes this more on brand for Seve to fucking leave.
Great.
Yeah.
Gundam.
Gundam, fucking loving it. I'm enjoying
Ghoul is a ghoul. Ghoul.
it. Cool.
Ghoul. He's a fucking tsundere.
Hell yeah. He's like, hey, I know you just beat me, but you want to marry me? You want
He was like, she was like, you are actually really strong. And he's like, I'm being complimented.
What? Someone said something nice to me?
Yep. It wasn't my dad. It wasn't daddy telling me to do what I'm supposed to do.
It wasn't daddy slapping my shit.
Yeah, for real.
Like that the only scenes that they
Duel.
share, it's just him getting slapped.
Ghoul.
Yeah, that fight was really good.
Fight was really good.
We got to see Suletta's mom get her face reveal and be like, yeah, no, my face is fine. I just wear a mask. 'cause reasons.
Yeah, she's like, I just really like Char.
Yeah. It's Char,
I need
big
to have a-
inspiration.
We need to have a masked character. But she totally does not have a fucking arm.
Yeah, no, that one's actually fucked up. But her face, her face is fine.
Her face is fine.
I like that she's just talking to her before school too. Like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like,
So have a good day.
yeah, it's doing high school shit. It's like, hell yeah. Let's go.
Have a good day. I'm gonna be blackmailing corporations.
Hell yeah. Corporate warfare, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing the real Gundam stuff over there while you do high school stuff over there.
Suletta,
Hell yeah.
is that her name?
Yeah.
I hate the archetype with no matter what the show is. With her, I don't know. I know she doesn't know anything,
Yeah.
but like she's so. I don't know what the word is.
If
Such
it's
a little
the awkwardness, I'm so into it. I fucking love this
Oh my
shit.
God.
I'm like,
I'm okay
hell
with
yeah. Memes
awkwardness.
for life.
The memes are good.
I am
But
a
she's just
meme
like-
lord now, certified.
It's the constant, like, she's stammering over everything that she says. She doesn't know what she's saying. She doesn't know anything, technically, because she's from another planet. And she was, like, obviously really sheltered.
Yeah. Like, I think
Like,
they
hella
say it's either in, I think, like, the first episode or something, or maybe I've seen people reference it from, like, there's a weird, like, novel, some, like, short novel that happens between episode 1 and the prologue. But she's the only kid on Mercury. Like, she's
Okay.
literally the only one, which is why she treats the Aerial Gundam like a sister, because it's AI is like, hey, I'm the only thing that's like vaguely comparable to you in age. But yeah, like She does go overboard, I think, in some instances, but like,
Yeah.
I fucking love that shit. So I'm like, yeah, you don't ever finish these sentences, Soletta. Don't.
I just want it dialed back a little bit.
I imagine it'll probably get better, but
that's just my own like personal taste in characters. I'm okay with it to a degree. I don't think I like any characters over the top, except for
it is pretty extreme.
Yeah, except for Trapped in a Dating Sim. He can go over the top as much as he wants.
Hell yeah, love it.
And it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
but it's different because it's like a comedy.
Yeah, this
is
very
a political
strange
war drama
for Gundam. Yeah, like especially because I've seen people get fucking butthurt because I have to do recaps of this shit every week for the Gunpla Network, and like inevitably, it's only been 2 episodes because I did the prologue in episode 1 and then episode 2. But like, yeah, the people in there, it's like, oh fuck this isn't my Gundam, this is terrible, yada 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 yada.
Is it because they don't have a depressed orphaned antagonist or protagonist like every other fucking show?
That's the thing I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, is this a UC purist, because I'm used to those, or is this
just
like
hate women,
a weird new breed of like IBO purist, because that also exists, and they're
IBO
always
is...
constantly at war with
Why?
fucking each it gets like
it's only like 3 years old.
Shit's like 6 to 7 years old. That
IBO,
shit came out in 2016.
Oh yeah, it was 2016.
Yeah, shit's been out.
Second season was like 2019, wasn't it?
2018, I think. But yeah,
Okay.
this is around there.
Still, it's not even a decade. Fuck off. Get off your high horse.
Yeah, it, like, people can get fucked, but
Get off the couch.
no. I'm in a chair, not a couch. Yeah, Gundam's good.
I think he just ate a cupcake. He's gonna die later.
Do you want to go check on that?
It was like half a cupcake.
It's like
from
a fairly
my wedding shower.
pressing thing.
It wasn't chocolate.
Okay.
It was strawberry.
Oh, that's probably fine, right?
Huh? It was just a parts of it. Did he eat all of it? The dog's gonna die.
Well, at least you probably enjoyed the cupcake.
It was just the chocolate wrapper. Yeah, that's what I left. I left that because it was. He ate the. There was like half a strawberry one. And then there was like. So these cupcakes we got, they have like a filling in the center, and I didn't like it. It was too sweet. And so that's what I left on the plate. And that was the chocolate one. And then the strawberry one was like a strawberry cupcake with lemon shavings. And I guess he ate that one. That's why he was on the couch. He was standing on the back of the couch, eating it off the fucking table. And I heard the fucking fork hit the floor. That dog, man.
Just doing what he wants.
Doing what he wants. Anyway, you're talking about stupid purists in Gundam.
Oh yeah, that shit happens. I'm not terribly surprised. It's just like, will these people shut the fuck up for like, bruh, you out here being like, this is the fucking worst thing that's ever happened to Gundam. It's like, bruh, it's been 2 episodes.
It's the worst. It's the worst thing ever. I'm pretty sure. I'm blanking on the name. Reconquista. Yeah. I hated that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to watch. The movies make it better, but like, 'cause they kind of rearrange a little bit, but yeah, it is, it's a little difficult to watch. Just like the way it's told.
Same with age.
Yeah,
But
age is kind of a slug, depending on,
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what has not been a slog? Well, but it's been a slog for one individual.
What?
House of Dragon. Viserys has been slogging through life, bro.
He's been slogging through life. That man's has to slog no more.
He is unslogged. He has slogged his final slog.
Has drifted away, made his final decrees, and now he doesn't have to deal with bone leprosy anymore.
Yeah, he can just be dead and let the Civil War begin.
Die peacefully, knowing
that he thinks he fixed it.
that the last time he saw his family, that everybody got along. And next episode, and I'm assuming next season, Dance of the Dragons is going to happen, and a lot of people are going to die.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, like immediately after Viserys leaves the room, Aemon's like, all right, I've been waiting for this.
Yeah. Put strong boys.
And then, like, you know, Daemon's got to step in there and be like, game, respect, game.
Game, respect, game. We're going to fight later.
It's going to be a great fight. I'm looking forward to it, bro. Yeah, it's been fucking just so good. I'm so excited for this episode tonight.
Daemon looks at Aemon. He's like, I'm sure you're not my kid.
He's like, you seem awfully familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aemon also looks fucking almost as old as Daemon.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude looks like he's in a fucking biker gang. Love it.
He's supposed to be the second youngest because of
Yeah, because Aegon's supposed to be
youngest.
older than him.
Aegon's older.
And I guess, Helena's older than him too as well.
Yeah. So he's the youngest. And he is now the tallest and the most skilled.
Hell yeah.
Because Aegon's just over there sexually assaulting chambermaids.
Yeah, Daemon's out there literally raping people and being drunk all day.
Yep.
And then Helena's like, I'm married to him, but it's okay because he ignores me. Pia, pia, pia.
There was no prophesizing from her that last episode.
Yeah, it was kind of weird hearing her actually speak real words.
Yeah.
Instead
of being like a seer.
Yeah, but she is probably gonna do it more in the future, but I like that they almost resolved that shit too. Like Alicent and Rhaenyra were like, you know what? Bygones,
friends.
Let's do this. Only for Viserys to be like, hey, I'm having a fever dream. I think you're Rhaenyra Aegon. And she's like,
Aegon.
My Aegon? Mm?
It's like, he's like, Aegon. It's like, there's two Aegons. Aegon.
Yeah. Like, not only is there OG Aegon, that maybe he's just having a delirious dream, there's her Aegon, and then there's Rhaenyra's Aegon. It's like, bitch, there are 3 different Aegons you could be talking about.
And then there's another Aegon, like 200 years later.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's like 3 more Aegons.
I think Jon was the 5th, Aegon the 5th. I think
5th or 6th, I can't remember. Because one of I mean, I think the series might be different in the books at this point for that, but in the last, I guess in the books currently, there's someone going by the name Aegon Targaryen in Essos, who's propped up by the spider guy and someone else, who is, I think, Aegon the 6th, because he's supposed to be Rhaegar's son, because I think one of Rhaegar's sons was named Aegon, I think.
Yeah.
Fucking weird. They're just like, can you stop reusing the singular name, especially twice in a generation? But whatever, it's fine, I guess. But yeah, like her being confused, like, bro.
There was Daeron, Aerion, Aemon, Aegon.
Like, come on, Targaryens, change it up, bro. Have a little bit of differentness.
But there was a Duncan.
We got all kinds of people. We got, is it Eric and Eric?
Eric and Eric. Oh yeah. She's like, Eric. It's like, I'm Eric. She's
oh
like,
shit, sorry.
right, sure,
Eric.
you were correct. Eric and Eric.
Yeah, there's
Like, fucking change your name.
Eric and Auric, but they're both pronounced Eric. It's like
A-N-E.
I hate you. I hate you, Game of Thrones.
Yeah, there was 4, 5. Yeah, I think he is 6th. 6th of his name.
Too many Aegons.
Lots of Aegons.
We need fewer Aegons.
Yeah, show's good.
Hell yeah. Dragons.
Fucking Varen. His head cut in half.
Hell yeah.
Veyron.
Yeah. Or yes, Vaymond.
Vaymond.
Yeah, Vaymond.
Damon Vaymond.
I was thinking, I was like, his name's very similar.
Yep. Didn't cut his tongue.
No,
Saved the tongue.
He got to keep that.
Got to keep that. I did read that when Viserys was climbing up his throne and the crown fell off, that wasn't planned. That was just a scene. It just happened, and they just kept rolling. So that was, and so they ended up using it. You know, they shot. He was just supposed to get up there and take it, you know, take a seat, and Daemon was helping him. But like when he was like crouched over, his crown fell off, and Daemon picked it up and put it back on his head.
Yeah.
They said that wasn't originally planned, but they kept that scene better because they liked it more.
Yeah, it's a good moment.
Yeah.
Get kind of like the real final moment between Viserys and
The brothers,
Daemon.
yeah. Yep.
Game of Thrones thrown in it.
What is also good that also had a season finale was Rings of Power.
Interesting. But
Interesting.
do things happen?
Oh yeah, things happen.
Things happen.
Things happen.
Wild.
Things happen, and mysteries are solved, and names are known. Names are named.
Names are named.
Names are named.
Things happen.
We got Sauron.
We got Sauron.
Sauron. Mm.
He's
And the final episode of the season, they finally made some Rings of Power.
Hell yeah.
So we
Took us a
finally
full season, but we got those rings.
We got those. Got the just 3 rings. Got the 3 rings.
Oh, you know, that's
It's
more
ring
than
of
one.
fire, ring of fire, ring of water, ring of air, ring of earth, ring of earth, and air.
That's
They have
a lot of
names. The rings have names, which, you know, it's a very Tolkien thing to do, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking remember them. They don't even name them in the show. They're like named, I think, in the Silmarillion or in the
Are the rings
in the history
named?
books. It's in the lore.
Are the rings also named Aegon?
Yes, it's Aegon. It's Aegon 6th and 7th, and then Daemon 2nd.
Oh, sick. Great. Good thing we're getting Daemon back in there. Hell yeah. 10 out of 10. Best Star
10 out of 10. 10 out of
It's a
10.
ring.
Which is funny because it's a shitty. He's not a good character.
No, he's terrible.
But you're like, I like Matt Smith, so
Yeah, he's cool as fuck. He's terrible and awful. But he's
Yeah.
also kind of a
honestly,
cool guy.
none of these characters in House of Dragon you should like. They're all shitty.
Yeah. No one's a good person. Like,
No.
I do think
Maybe the kids, like some of the kids, because it's not really their fault that their parents are shitty. Because
Yeah.
they liked each other growing up.
Yeah, but they
got
also
along.
like stir that shit immediately back up once the adults are like,
But they're
"We're
but
okay."
now they're like teenagers, so now they're in that shit stirring stage.
Yeah. They
But like they also have had years and years and years of vitriol passed onto them from Alicent, and you know. So it's not their fault, but they are shitty too.
Too true. Everyone is terrible in that show.
Everybody in that show sucks, and
Yeah.
you should not wholeheartedly be a fan of them without knowing their flaws.
Yeah, they all bad, but some of them are slightly less bad.
Maybe Rhaenyra. because she kind of got shafted.
Yeah,
She might really be the only one because she was supposed to be the heir and she didn't get it. So then she just was with Feynman. And she hasn't really done anything per se.
Oh, you mean Rhaenys?
Rhaenys,
Yeah. Yeah, I think she's plotting. I think she's doing things in her mind.
Plotting. I don't really know what else happens with her, but
But she exists.
she exists. She was supposed to be queen, and then she wasn't queen.
Yeah, and she was just like, all right, I'm cool with that.
I don't think she was cool with it. I think she just accepted it.
I mean, yeah, not at the time, but yeah, she eventually got over it, and it's like, oh.
She's
yeah.
pissed that her son's gone.
Yeah, a little like, I mean, I get why they probably wouldn't like show us, especially at this point, why like that scene, but you think that at some point Rhaenyra would have been like, oh, by the way, yeah, Laenor's alive.
Well, then
He's fucked off.
that would annul her right to marry Dany.
Yeah, but I mean, if she just told Rhaenys,
I don't think she could trust her. Probably.
I think she'll
so
get
she
to the
feels
point
like
where she does.
she doesn't know like her motives, so maybe eventually later on she'll be like, by the way, your son's just fucking his boy toy in Bravos.
Your son, balls deep.
He may be alive. I don't know. He was alive when I saw him last.
He might be in Bravos, and he might be banging dudes. Maybe all the dudes. I don't know.
The faceless man might have killed him. I don't know.
We don't know. They don't ever mention his dragon either, which is like...
Sea Smoke? Yeah, where the fuck do you go?
Yeah, because that's like
Maybe
a
we'll
bunch
see
of
him next
people were
episode.
thinking like, how does that work? Like, wouldn't Sea Smoke still know he's alive, and then no one else can claim him?
True.
Or does Sea Smoke just fucking follow him, and then Sea Smoke just disappears? Because like,
God.
Vhagar didn't disappear. Vhagar just got real sad.
Got real sad. Hung out at the beach.
Shit's wild. No one knows.
Wow. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
Ring's
Dragon Train.
Power is good. Honestly, like, everyone's got complaints about both.
Yeah.
And it's like, honestly, I'm just glad to be back in Westeros and like back in Middle Earth for Rings of Power. Like, it's just nice to have familiar things, because I'm really bad at starting like new shows because I'm like, I don't have a connection to this. But one thing I did finish and one thing I did start last week, since we didn't record, was She-Hulk.
Oh, thoughts?
Finished the finale this week.
How'd it go?
It was like 7. Give it a 7.
How does it stack up against the other MCU shows so far? Other ones you've watched?
Different.
Okay.
Because She-Hulk's very fourth wall breaky.
Okay.
Like lots of looking at the camera.
Lots
like
of
little
office,
cuts.
just like...
It's like, yeah, it's like they'll be talking and it's like, she'll say something, or like the entire last half of the finale was in complete fourth wall break.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Which I know that She-Hulk, was one of the other characters that broke the fourth wall in the comics and stuff like that. So I wasn't really like bothered by it because I've already kind of expected that. But it's all right. It definitely got better. When we were watching the first episode, we were like, but there was already like 4 episodes out, so we just watched them one after another. And they're not an hour long; they're like 30 minutes.
Oh.
Maybe like 20 something minutes. So it's like, I was like, okay, this is easier to watch
Yeah, you can play
than
through that
like
real
an
quick.
hour of like Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was all right. Obviously, it got funnier as well because it was kind of more like a instead of a real serious show.
Yeah.
And you get to see a lot of other characters, like Wong in Abomination and stuff.
Yeah.
But
And,
that's pretty good.
maybe we'll watch that since we finished Midnight Club.
Yeah, I give
like
it a
watching something.
7 out of 10. It's all right. Give it a couple episodes.
Interesting.
Daredevil's in it.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw him in his
Not a
little
lot, but
yellow
he's in it.
uniform.
Yeah, mostly red. Yeah, it's ketchup and mustard.
Yeah.
Yep.
I saw that little joke screen cap thing. I was like, fair point.
Nice, fair point.
Interesting.
And the one thing I started today was Andor.
Oh, how far did you get?
I just watched the first episode.
This first episode good. Do you feel like watching the second episode? I guess is a better question.
I will watch the second episode. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you watched all of it so far?
I haven't even touched it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we were we didn't start She-Hulk because I don't think either of us were super interested at the time.
Yeah, I
And I was
wasn't
like-
either until I saw like screen caps, and I'm like, oh, well, there's some things in it that I want to watch. Like I want to see Daredevil, and I want to see Wong.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to see Wong,
Wong's
So-
the best.
And it kind of gets funny.
But we started watching OG Game of Thrones alongside
Okay.
House of the Dragon. Then we
Yeah.
started the Midnight Club because we both like Mike Flanagan's work, and we just finished that last night. So
Mhm.
then maybe we'll start one of those. I don't know. I mean, I've heard good things about Andor so far. So
Yeah, I
thinking.
kept hearing people tell me how good it is, like online. Like the general consensus is that it's really good, and I guess it's like who's like I don't think not Feige. What's the other one's name? I don't remember his name. Who's doing all the Star Wars stuff?
I think I know who you're talking about. It's not Jon Favreau because he's been
yeah,
Mandalorian,
well,
but
Yeah. John Favreau's not doing it.
it's the other
and
guy whose name I can't
it's the other-
remember.
yeah.
Who did like Clone Wars and all that shit.
Yeah, he's like basically done like all the other Marvel and Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not Favreau. So I think either it's just the soy boys online are like tired of Favreau, and they're like just on it because it's not him. But I don't know.
Maybe.
But I watched the first episode. I'm like, okay, because like I really didn't give a shit about Cassie in Rogue One.
Yeah.
But I also didn't watch Rogue One to get attached to everybody because I already
'cause
knew
you
what was going to
gonna
happen. You already know. Nobody, unless you just don't watch Star Wars, everybody knows when you watch Rogue One that Rogue One, everybody's dead. That's the whole point of Rogue One. That's why they got the Death Star plans and they died doing it. They say it in the first Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
But it's like, gosh, I wasn't gonna get attached to those. I didn't really get attached to anybody. I like the robot, the IG or the Imperial robot.
Yeah.
That was the only thing. That was the one I was like, oh, that's sad.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I actually feel bad about this.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
I didn't give a shit about Saul Guerrero. I didn't give a shit about anything else. But the movie was good. But you got Darth Vader in it, so it was awesome.
Hell yeah.
Just murdering people.
Cool ass Darth Vader.
Yeah, I'll probably, after we finish this, whenever we want to go to eat dinner, I'll probably watch the second episode of Andor. Because it seems like it's definitely going to be very imperialistic, imperial officer, all that shit.
Yeah, that makes sense with like spy shit and stuff.
It's going to be spies.
Spaz.
Spiz.
Spaz.
Spiz. It's the Spiz Wars.
Spaz was.
It's the Spiz Wars.
Hell yeah.
But I think that was it. I think that's it. And there's nothing really like that I know of that's because like most of the stuff isn't coming out till like January, like anime wise. Like the next season.
Wow. Yeah.
Like because you're gonna get like Vinland Saga and Tokyo Revengers and
True. I'm gonna get the shit I like in fucking January.
and like Misfit Demon King Academy. That season 2 is gonna happen. The Grace of Gods is gonna happen in January, or at least they're all set on like Mal. They're set for January. but because it's like, oh, these are the winter anime.
That does make me wonder if Vinland Saga is gonna get fucked in its dub again. Like, I
Oh,
wonder if they're
true.
doing like the licensing right situation. I wonder if it's like Sentai and Netflix had to split the entirety of Vinland Saga or just the first season,
Right.
because that may delay things, and I'm gonna be very upset about that. Otherwise,
Because I think the only thing that's coming up soon is Attack on Titan.
which I'm still behind on, so
God
don't
damn
give a
it,
shit.
Cody. Son of a bitch.
One day I'll finish it.
Did you see they're making another Rascal? Rascal does not dream of a dreaming girl. Because you watched the Bunny Rabbit one, didn't you?
Oh no, it was one of those things. I was like, I'm definitely gonna watch this. I just never watched it.
Bunny Rascal or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, Rascal Senpai does not dream of bunny girls or something like that.
Yeah.
That's an interesting idea. I think that I wonder if it's gonna be a direct sequel or if it's gonna be like a anthology type situation.
I don't know.
I didn't watch it, but from my understanding, I think they could probably do both, either or, I guess.
It is continuing to get sequels.
What?
Well, I guess not sequels. It's just continuing. Thunderbolt manga is going to continue for like another 5 to 6 years.
Thunderbolt.
Mobile Suit Gundam, Thunderbolt.
Oh, that makes total sense. Okay, I was,
Yeah.
I was like the Marvel Thunderbolts. They have
No.
a manga?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Very
Thunderbolts
confused
was
as to why
announced.
they have a. I mean, I guess it's not that big of a stretch, but I was like, I didn't know they had a proper manga.
Yeah,
That was
'cause he-
ongoing.
Because I saw the interview. He's like, yeah, I can. He's like, it seems like I can do like 5 or 6 more years.
I guess. I mean, Gundam will be around, so fuck it. Why not?
In some form, they'll be around.
And then they'll just keep doing like little one-shot OVAs for it, and it's like, okay, I'm good for that.
So there was a follow-up to, remember the Yu-Gi-Oh creator that died in the snorkeling accident? Did you see the follow-up to that?
Yeah, he was trying to rescue someone, wasn't he?
He was trying to save people.
Yeah.
There was like there was a U.S. Army diving instructor or something like that, and like him and the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh, I can't remember his name right now, but like they were both, there was like a woman and her child and like another person that like were getting pulled down by a riptide, and so they were trying to save him, and then nobody saw the guy. Nobody saw him after they started to try and save people, but the army guy saved those 3 people. But I think as they were trying to help, he got pulled away. I was like, damn, that sucks.
Big sad.
Because everyone's like, how did it happen?
Yeah. You think snorkeling, you're like, that's a strange thing, but
It's strange. But then it was like, oh no, he was trying to save people.
he's actually doing some good shit, and then
Big OG.
he died.
Big
Big
rip.
sad.
Big sad. Well, anything else?
Nah, I ain't got anything else. You got anything else?
No. No.
I